Everybody. It is July the 5th, and it's
Yay.
our first show in July, believe it or not. And I have Jimmy Degg here. Jimmy, how are you?
I am amazing. It's amazing. The half the year's gone already. We're on the next half. We're getting ready for 2024. My goodness.
People have 180 days to make a difference in this year, and the days go by quickly. So
Okay.
hopefully everybody has a database, a farm, and a strategy.
Why didn't you ever tell us that before, Ruthie?
Well, I say it every day,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So, Jimmy, we finally have the statistics in for June, and we sold 102 homes a day in June. I mean, that's awesome for everybody.
Yes. We've really picked up. And that's with interest rates not going down, which Fannie Mae predicted they would go down to in the fives by July, and they're not. They're still at 6+, and people are still buying.
Well, and people are still buying because I think the sellers are getting the message that they made what, 15 to 18% a couple years ago. So they've got a lot of paper equity in there, so why not give someone $5,000 to buy down an interest rate? And I think we see a lot of that.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's really helping. I mean, that's helping everybody. So, and then they expect the seller of the home they buy to do the same thing.
Well, and as much as we malign the builders, they're the ones that really got behind this at the beginning. They started buying down the rate. As soon as the rates went up, they said, we still want to sell our houses. We'll buy down the rates. And so if you want to compete with the new home market, you got to have to compete.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And I suggest that everybody, as much as you can, go and take videos of those, the new homes, and maybe do hyperlapses. There's so much you can do with the new home market. And with the prices are a little higher, as we know. But with all the concessions and the interest rates, it becomes a viable alternative.
Well, I use your chart frequently when people ask me how's the market, and the part that I always point to is the $1 million homes. And you told me something just before the show today that got me really going, which was
Well, yeah. Do you want me to tell you again?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Tell everybody.
Okay. Well, we are doing almost $4 million homes a day. We're at 3.8. That's, to me, 4. We're doing $4 million home sales, $1 million+ home sales a day. And that's 17% of our market. That's huge. That is absolutely huge, especially when you realize that, 2020, we got 23% of our market doing investor homes or non-owner occupied. It could be a second home. I always have to throw that in. But, right there is a huge part of our market, Jimmy, 40%.
Yep. 4 out of 10.
So you can pick either one and run with it as a target market.
I can't see the chart. How many $1 million homes are actually on the market right now? Is it 674?
757 as of today, or 734 as of today.
734, and we're selling 3.8 a day.
Yes.
So call it 4. That's 120. That's about 5 months inventory. 6 months. 6 months inventory.
Wow.
Okay, that's a good number for the $1 million+ homes.
Well, yeah, it is. It really is. And I was looking back. If you look at the statistics in 2022, we were doing 4.2. So we're going to be just like we were last year, pretty much so far. But the funny thing is, in 2021, there was a real run on $1 million+ homes, and we sold over 4.6 a day. So I don't know if we'll beat that record this year, but I tell everybody, we've got the Formula One coming, the Madison Square Garden Sphere, which is huge. And then we have the Super Bowl coming. And so there's going to be a lot of money coming to this town.
Wait, are you telling me the Super Bowl is coming to Las Vegas?
Yes, in February. I mean, is that unbelievable? Can you believe that?
Somebody asked me when Formula One was coming, and the only reason I remembered it is November is because they kicked out the NAR. The NAR conference was supposed to be here, and they said, you guys don't come. We got Formula One coming. It's more important.
Well, and if everybody doesn't know it, we made a 10-year contract with them, with Formula One, to be here. So that's why they're putting so much money into it, and it's going to be a big event here. No doubt.
Well, and the new hotel that Tillman Fertitta is supposed to build, he's building it partly because of that.
Really?
Yeah, 47 stories right at Harmon and the Strip, right by where they're building the pits or whatever. I don't know exactly. I'm going to have to do some more research on that, but it is a big deal. And it's not very far away. I mean, November is around the corner. It's not even 5 months away. That would be
Right.
December. It's 4 months away. We're 4 months from that.
Geez, that's going to be unbelievable. I'm staying home.
Yes. Well, I'm going to go to Anaheim
Oh, really?
for the NAR conference at the same time. So I'm
Oh,
going to go
that's
to
right.
Anaheim and be in NAR while you guys are down watching the cars go roundy, roundy, round. 50 laps across the strip. Oh boy, that's exciting. I'm sorry. I can't get excited about motor racing.
Well, me either. But you know, it is the largest spectator sport in the world, car racing.
I understand it's the largest spectator sport in the world. And you know what spends the most money is horses. The equestrian industry spends more money, even though there's more spectators for car racing.
Well, that's an interesting statistic. I like that. I like that.
Well, my
Jimmy,
friend raises horses, and he's the one that told me. So he might not have it right. So don't take that to the bank. Don't bet your farm on it.
I'll have to Google it, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the other interesting thing is on our stats is last year we were selling 118 homes a day in the month of June, and this year we sold 102. I think that is remarkable based on the interest rates. And these are resales. I think that's remarkable. And that's, I think people are realizing that 2 and 3%, I really don't think are coming back again. What do you think?
No doubt. It's everybody that said 5 and 6 would be rushing for that money, and that would prop it back up to in the 4s at the very lowest, at the absolute lowest. Anybody's got 6, if they can go out on the 4, I mean, that's part of what fueled the lending market. Was it got down so low that people, no matter what they had, they were going to refi their house.
Yeah, that was a good deal, of course. We sold so many homes in June that we only have 43 days of inventory right now on the market. We have 4,431 available high-rises, condos, single family, and townhomes. And if you divide it by the 102 mark that we hit in June, that puts it down to 43. That's a scary number to me.
So I know you don't include Pahrump, but you also don't include Boulder City.
No, I don't.
And Mesquite. That's
No.
Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, Henderson.
Yes.
Summerlin.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do the zip. I look at the map and I do all the zip codes in the valley, but I don't.
I know you had a topic you wanted to cover, artificial intelligence, but before you get into that, I noticed on your Facebook page the expert users group. Did you just start that expert users group, or have you had that for a while?
It's there. It's been there. Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys do? Collaborate once a week or once a month, or just get together?
No, I just do my shows.
Okay.
I just do my shows. I haven't really taken it to the next level.
Okay. Well, I saw a couple of people join that are people that I know that are in that are expert users, and I thought, man, what a mastermind right here in Las Vegas. People that are in this market. I thought that was great.
Well, I know they have, there's other groups that they have, but they really are, they've got so many people that I think the voices get lost sometimes. But our group, I don't really, except in our classes, I don't really advertise it that much because I don't want it to become thousands of people, quite honestly. I want the people that want to use the material that I take the time to create. I mean, like this month so far, I've already given them the item of value for July, and I've given them a video handbook, and all that takes a lot of time to create and modify for our audience, because nobody does. I mean, there's not really many people that do a professional video handbook for realtors. There's many out there, so I have to modify what I get just for our industry as much as possible, just like you're going to see what I did with the AI today. Cool. And we're going to go, it's 38 slides. So we're going to go through it really quickly, but then I'm going to download it. This will be downloaded as a guide. And Jimmy, now people can, if they sign up for the guide one time, if you sign up one time, then every time I post something with my videos, they'll automatically get it in their email.
And I'm in because I got the last one. That's where I got the last chart from, the last download that you sent me.
Super. All righty. So, Jimmy, did you know that there is a 4th of July duck?
The one that's the firecracker?
What does he say?
Quack, quack.
No, he says fire. What does he say? I'm a
Car-
firecracker.
Okay, I saw it.
Yeah.
I was on your Facebook page before we got on the show. I just stole your thunder. Sorry.
No, 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 no. I was thinking, that might be a good joke for your classes. It's
Yeah, it's
right up your
clean.
alley.
Oh, it's one of those dad jokes. Oh, dad jokes my dad told me that are stupid.
I like them. They make me laugh.
Me too. So
All righty. Well, I mean, if you're working, you should be making money. That's all I can tell people right now. If you're working, you should be making money because our inventory I always say this, Jimmy, it rotates. We sell, we buy, we list. We have a great momentum going. Would you agree?
you had an open house guide on your tools. And
Yes.
I'm thinking that if you don't have any listings, if you're out, I had an open house the other day and the neighbor came over and they said they're thinking of selling. So I said, well, I'm ready to help you when you're ready. I said, I have a list of leads that have come into this neighborhood. So if anybody else gets that listing, I'll be surprised because while I'm there, I have people coming in, signing in for that neighborhood. And sometimes it's the neighbor. And if it's the neighbor, look, I have this list. Here's my list of prospects for your neighborhood. They came over to this open house. So why would you give it to someone else unless you bought the house from them? That would be the only reason that I could see with the loyalty. Other than that, give it to me.
Well, and when agents come and they say, well, I need some business. And I'm like, do open houses.
Me too.
Well, I
Me
don't
too.
have enough open house signs. Well, okay, then you're never going to have any more business.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you can't have one without the other. You've got to work and spend a little money because what are you doing, Jimmy? You're building a business and it costs money. So you
Yes.
have to have some money to invest in the open house signs, to invest in the flyers or walk the neighborhood with flyers. And one of the best things that I've learned from one of the Tom Ferry coaches is that when you make a flyer, go to knock on the doors of the neighborhood and say, I'm going to have a private showing between 11:30 and 1 o'clock on Saturday, and I'm going to provide all the neighbors with lunch. It'll just be for the neighbors to see the house. And so, and it's working in the cities where, where people are doing it. I don't know if anybody's doing it here. I know that Sam Coleman, who started with EXP with Aaron Taylor several years ago, he's now with Ivan Shear Luxury Homes, but he started his whole career by doing an open house every day for 90 days. And on the weekends, he did pancake Sundays for the neighbors. And then he would do pancake for everybody else too. But he gave those neighbors a special look at the house, and where people can talk about my house, your house, because they all live in the same neighborhood. They probably have similar styles of the home by the same builder. So it's really a great place to generate future business, to build relationships, and for somebody to say, gee, I want you to list my house if this is what you do.
Well, and you know how we always say all hurt comes from violated expectations. There's a young man that just did an open house on my street, and I went and talked to him at his open house because it's on my street, and he had done doors. And my girlfriend Diana answered the door and got his flyer. It was very professional. And so I went over. I said, "Listen, I congratulations. I see you did the work. You did the doors. Let me ask you, what open rate? How many percentage of people answered the door?" He said, "Well, I have to tell you, I only did 20 doors, but I got 6 people that opened the door and got my flyer. That's a 30%.
30%.
Yes. So if you did 100 doors, that would be 30 people. Even if only 10% of those showed up, that's 3 prospects that they know you're working. You gave them the flyer, and it was a very professional flyer. It looked real good. The guy, he didn't have very many signs out, but I didn't want to tell him that because I didn't want to criticize the guy after he
Right.
did all this work. But
Yeah.
he did a real nice job with his flyer. And at 30% open rate, that tells me I got to do 100 doors to get 30 people in the neighborhood.
I know. It's a numbers game.
That's the numbers. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing now that you mentioned that is once you do an open house and it's a good idea if you talk to people and ask them what they thought of the open house and ask them if you can publish or do a little video of what they think of the house, and then after you sell the house, it's a great idea to get a testimonial video from the people who bought the house.
Yeah.
and the seller who sold the house if you were the listing agent.
Right.
I mean, there's opportunities there, and video testimonials are really huge. They're such indicators of the level of competence and professionalism that you have.
Well, I think when somebody walks into your open house, if you have cameras set up and you put it on the front door, you'll be on camera in the house.
Yeah.
It's a security feature and people expect it nowadays. And so if you say, look, you know what, you made some really good comments. Would you care if I publish this? And then you could put a little montage together. Here's what people thought of the open house. This guy thought this guy thought that. And you could make a really cool video.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you can, yes, there's so many things you can do nowadays, and the video tools have become so easy.
It just takes work. It takes work. Oh.
We know what that is.
Before we get off this, there are two companies that do open house signs for agents. They cost money. One's $50, one's $100. But if you don't have any signs and you don't have time to get signs made and you want to put out 8 or 10 signs, this company does them for you. One company charges $50. That's the one that I got from you. And another company charges $100. And so it's a little bit more expensive. But if the other guy's full, they put out 10 signs for that price. 10.
Oh, they'll put them out for you.
Yeah, and pick them up. And they'll even store your signs. If you say, look, I got my open house signs made, I don't want them in my garage, these guys will actually store the signs for you. The one I got from you does that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, we started out with 30 open house signs. We're down to probably about 12. Because,
well, I'm ordering 20 this week.
Oh, people take them. People take them. People don't bring them back. You know, agents forget they're in their garage and things happen. So, yeah. But to have them stored and have somebody else do it is not a bad idea. It's not a bad service to offer agents. No. Yeah. Good idea. Good idea. Well, you know, there's a lot of talk, Jimmy, about artificial intelligence. And there's a lot of things that agents can do with artificial intelligence. In my comments, I'm going to put the link for you to join the email list so that everything that I do on the group is sent to you automatically. You just have to sign in with your email address, and then you'll get the materials. The only thing is at this point, you can't get what I did before. It's only from the time you sign up going forward. But you know, we do have that site, besavvy.realestate. And I'm thinking of getting somebody to make that a viable platform for people to go and retrieve any materials, and they'll be categorized and things like that. But anyway, that's another day. So artificial intelligence for real estate agents. Now, I'm going to tell you what's in here because we're going to have to go through it pretty quickly. So this is kind of like just a quick look at what this guide has, because it's like over 30 pages. Yeah, I forget how many, over 30. Anyway.
Sounds like this might be some content for Friday too.
Yes. Is AI a better real estate agent than you? That's a good one. The affordable assistant AI to maximize efficiency and rule your inbox and meeting notes. And then we go into AI tools for writing and copy. Never write a listing description again. Social media, copy, or scripts. You can do it all through AI. You can do your email blogs, your blog titles, your website, copy, disclaimer as well. Then we go into automate the art of personalize and follow up, CRMs and more. Then we go to a chapter of revolutionize your sales pitch. That's amazing. That's an amazing thing. You'll like that. And then marketing, advertising, and social media, design, images, podcast marketing, custom visuals. And then the last part is recommended resources, which is a lot of resources that will blow your mind, what they've done. It's just incredible. I went to, I finally finished my course with the social media strategist certification.
Okay.
So if I pass the test, I'm just going to put myself on the line here. If I pass the test, I will be a certified social media strategist.
When you pass the test.
Well, it's a hard test. Let me tell you, this was 10 hours of video, of watching the videos, and then so much material to learn. It's unbelievable. But I'm thinking of even creating now that I'm a certified strategist, I can use the material and teach my own class.
Right.
But we'll talk about that later. Okay, let's get moving. When you're around, Jimmy, I just can't be quiet.
Well, that's good. That's good. Like I said, there'll be content here we can get on Friday. We might not get the whole elephant today.
Okay. So is AI a better real estate agent than you? That's a good question. So from automating lead generation and using predictive analytics to enhance the home buying and selling experience, AI has the power to make your job easier and more efficient. And AI is quickly becoming a game changer in the real estate industry. So if you're not on this boat or plane or train, you need to hop on, because your competition is going to be using it against you. So let's dive in here. So the affordable assistant, how to maximize efficiency. Of course, not everyone can afford or commit to a full-time assistant. With advancements in AI, you can maximize your efficiency at a fraction of the cost. Then this ebook, which you will get a copy of if you sign up for it, covers some of the tools you can use to keep your real estate business running smoothly. Listing descriptions, inbox organization, meeting notes, blog titles, social media copy, video scripts, email copy, blogs, website copy, podcasts, personalized follow-up, CRM sales pitch marketing, advertising, digital images, market updates, interactive messages and tweets. And they've left one out that I used this weekend. You know, for the property management classes, I needed to do my bio.
Oh, okay.
So I'm very wordy. So I wrote it and I put it in ChatGPT and I said, make this smaller. And I came up with, I'll show you here, proof is in the pudding, a one-pager.
Yeah.
About my whole life in a nutshell, that was applicable to. And the last thing that they came up with, after AI ChatGPT came up with, it says, since our beginnings in 1987, we have happily accomplished a lot, and we eagerly anticipate the opportunity to continue contributing to the finest realtor community nationwide.
Nice.
I know, they did a great job. That's what I'm saying. That's an example. So my point is, if you want to write a bio, write everything you want to, and then I went through maybe 3 iterations with ChatGPT. I said, well, make it with a happiness tone. That was the last one. That's why the word's happy in there a couple times. And then, categorize it by different industries I'm good at. And it just does it. It's just amazing. I'm very impressed with it. And it is a time saver. Mm. Okay. Rule your inbox. So this will tell you how that you can, fortunately with AI, you can take control of your inbox. And I'm not going to take the time to read all this, but just let you know that this is going to tell you how you do that. An email doesn't have to be frustration. It's frustration for me. I got 12,000 unread emails on my phone. It's like, I can't do it. I don't know how many you have, but you probably have more than me.
I don't think so. You win.
I don't want to win. I don't want to win that one. And then meeting notes. So, once you've gained control of your inbox, you can get more organized with meeting notes now. Whether you're going on listing appointments, meeting with a developer, getting on a coaching call, or turning for some continuing education, meeting summary tools can help you summarize your most important meetings. And then we've got examples there of how to do that. And there's links in here so that you can go off to the different detailed descriptions. AI tools for writing and copy. When it comes to, and I just talked about that a little bit, at the very least, download the free version of Grammarly to check your text messages, emails, and other written copy for spelling and grammar mistakes. For assistance with writing, you can use tools like copy.ai, Jasper. I used Jasper years ago when Tom Ferry and Jason Pantana first talked about it. And it was like when it had first come out. And then I've never used Wordplay, but like I was just saying, my favorite is the ChatGPT, and they've got 2 versions of it. And I think I've got the paid version. And don't ask me what the paid version does for you. I just thought I want to. There was nothing brainy about it. Never write a listing description again. I can't tell you how many listing descriptions I've gone into the MLS and I've told ChatGPT to make it better, make it more professional, make it like you're touring the home, and it just does it. So this is a great time saver. And not, you know what, Jimmy, it's not just a time saver, but if you go on Zillow and you look at how Zillow presents the pictures on the left-hand side, and then all the different verbiages about the home on the right-hand side. And I tell people this, make sure that your pictures are in line with what they're reading, because they're side by side. Right. And so when you do the basics and you tell ChatGPT, tell them to make sure that you tell them to keep it in this order, and they will. So it's really cool. So you write a listing description for a new 30-unit apartment building located within walking distance of local schools and just down the road from a grocery store. That's an example. If you tell ChatGPT to do these 3 things, see what it comes up with, just for your own satisfaction. And then, whoops, got a problem there. The next level, of course, is being able to generate property descriptions from listing photos. Did you know it could do that? There's an app called restb.ai, and it takes things a few steps further than ChatGPT, because it'll use the AI-powered computer vision, which gathers information from images that you upload, detecting over 300 property-specific and relevant details to use in the listing description. Now, this would go real well with what in the description and showing the picture, and it's just things like this people are using, and they're really getting traction with it. And hopefully you're thinking about how much time you're going to save with tools like this. And this says another cool thing. This restb.ai looks up neighborhood information for the property and includes it in the listing description, mentioning details like proximity to local attractions or other neighborhood features. Isn't this amazing?
Yeah. You used to have to do all this work yourself.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do it. If you wanted to really get the listing promoted, you say about the dog park and this and that, and you have to look it all up. Now you don't have to.
Right. Exactly. Social media copy. So you have no trouble thinking about what to post on a given day. Always remember to make your prompts as clear as possible and as detailed as possible. And last week, or in the past 2 weeks, I did a show showing the 8 different prompts you give to ChatGPT. For instance, like if you want a professional tone, you want it more conversational, you want it more playful. So, and then, so you give it a description, it writes it, and then you go back and you say, now make it playful, now make it professional, because playful could be for Instagram, professional could be for LinkedIn, so you can direct it what to do. Scripts, of course. Now, we have scripts on agentformula.com. I don't know if you remember, but you did a couple videos, and Sandy Castile did one, and Deborah Adamy, and different agents that took our social media class did videos, and we scripted them. And then the videos there showing the video of the script that they followed. And it's really simple, but you can use ChatGPT to do it now. So you write a script of a video tour of a custom designed and energy efficient 3D printed home just listed by your client. So then you write a script for the phone conversation with a client about reducing their list price. Remember in the other day in class, we were talking about listing too high. Mm-hmm. So you can go to ChatGPT and say, okay, this $450,000 house is the house is worth $450,000. The seller wants it to be $500,000. Write me a script to help me reduce the price over the next 4 weeks. I think Andrea was in there, and that's what she was saying she does. She'll take an overpriced listing, but then she'll make sure that the seller agrees to reducing the price over time. So anyway, you can do that. And then write a phone conversation with a new landlord offering to help them find qualified tenants for their apartment building. That's a source of income. Email. When you want to remain top of mind for your clients, email is the best way. And, Emails do work. There are agents out there that will send 3 newsletters a week, and each Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and each one has a different tactic and strategy to it. And I don't want to go into the detail because we don't have all that much time, but ChatGPT helps me do subject lines, especially like for our classes.
Yeah.
I think 13 words is the best number of words for a subject line. It's hard to say everything I want to say in 13 words, but it comes up with things, and I'll say, make it punch, and then it'll come back, and I don't always like that punch it gives, but it gives me some ideas anyway. But
Right.
anyway.
Well, this is huge. What you have on here right now, this is huge. If it writes the emails for you and you send them out, people use email marketing because it works.
It does. It works. It really works. And then blogs, blog titles, and website copy. Same thing. You can write a blog about our market report.
I can see Kane getting an assignment here. That's what I can see on this page.
Well, so far I've been writing all the blogs, but like I was going to do one this weekend, but then I had to do my last couple hours of my social media certification class, so my blog went by the wayside. But hopefully I'll be better organized in the future. I've been doing it pretty regularly though since 2011.
Yeah, they're consistent.
Yeah, I've only missed 1 or 2 months. And then disclaimer, if you use ChatGPT to save time on writing blogs for your website, keep in mind Google can detect AI content and will not include blogs written entirely by AI in their ranking. So this is something that, some people care about, some people don't. If it's for an email, you don't really care. But if it's on your website, you might want to have ChatGPT. Here's my suggestion. Let's say you want to create a page about the new restaurants in Las Vegas, and you tell ChatGPT to do that. Well, then you take it and you bullet point it yourself, and you write it yourself off of what ChatGPT did, if you want it to resonate for SEO. So anyway, so there's some, there's a little bit of education here, but don't worry, because there are AI tools for that too, according to this. You can use Writer's AI Contact Detector, which is free up to 1,500 characters, or originality.ai to check plagiarism and AI detection. So even if you're using ChatGPT, you can do this, which I haven't done this one yet, but that's pretty cool. Automate the art of personalized follow-up. So when you get all these leads and you want to follow up, and most real estate agents, of course, shy away from it. It's making calls, door knocking, or geographic farming. AI won't do all lead gen and follow up for you, at least not yet. But it can help you automate the process of finding and qualifying leads, as well as tracking follow-up communications. And here's some of the tools that can help you do that. I think when I condensed my PowerPoint, it made some mistakes. Most CRMs allow you to automate the following workflows: sales automation, marketing automation, customer service automation. Well, if you're not using your CRM to its full potential, make that your first priority to save yourself time and efficiency. One tool that integrates with most CRMs and takes lead follow-up and qualification to the next level is an app called Structurally, and it works to engage, qualify, and nurture leads in the following ways. I haven't used it. I just found out about it, but it identifies newer neglected leads. Who doesn't have those, right?
Yeah.
So that looks like a nice tool to use. And our research found that this tool is expensive relative to the other tools available to assist you in building your client base. So this tool may be better for other industries that sell products versus assets. And that was my 2 cents, because I think you should be very personal with your own CRM. And that's why Agent Formula wrote the one that we did, because it's very easy. It does exactly the 3 or 4 things that you want a CRM to do. Anyway, so this might, again, be for maybe a large brokerage that's doing recruiting, something like that. Personalization using merge codes. So merge codes have historically been the most practical way to personalize emails or text messages. As scary as it is to hit send when your email newsletter starts with, hey, insert first name, right? I've done that. I mean, with our marketing, all of a sudden I forgot the quotes or whatever, the little special characters, and it ended up saying exactly that. Of course, the solution is send it to yourself first, but so merge codes are also highly effective when used in automated text messages to new leads. And of course, I always, I think it's really important that you say, hi, Jimmy, and then right there is a video. You say the name, and then you insert the video, and they think that you're talking directly to them. Even though the video is the same video for everybody. You're doing one intro video, but because you're doing a text system that has merge tags in it, everybody thinks it's personal. It's a really good tool, I think.
Right.
And you can even you can insert things like the seller's street name. You own the house on whatever street to increase the number of people who respond. And Tom Ferry just came out with a great tip about texting people. Look, this house just went on the market and you're taking a video. And if you want me to send you or come visit you and talk about what the value of your home might be, just, respond to my text. Things like that work.
So his point was a video text. That was his point. Right.
His point. And knowing the neighborhood. Like, this house was just listed or this house was just sold. And that's the video that's going out to the people who may want to know what their house is worth. And we know, it's funny. People have a mental block. They think nobody else is going to ever list their house in my neighborhood.
Oh, my goodness.
Personalized videos. Here we go. This is what I was just talking about. Maverick, a team of engineers and entrepreneurs from Stanford, want to help you more. Form more personalized connections with the people who love your brand. They use advanced AI deepfake technology, similar to the deep Tom Cruise on TikTok, to generate videos where you greet every customer by name, even though you record just one video. This is what I was kind of just saying. Basically, your videos can also now have the equivalent of an first name merge field. So again, you need to try these out and see if you like the way it does it. I don't know. I like the simpler approach, the previous one, but everybody's different. This gets a little techie, I think, for some people, I think is my point. Revolutionize your sales pitch. Wow. If you're clueless when it comes to presenting your pitch to someone face-to-face or over the phone, as a real estate agent, the more conversations you can reach, the better, which means it's always a good idea to brush up on your sales skills. Well, there is a, let's see, is it there? I think I included in the back. There is a way to do this using an AI app. Real-time property valuations. When you go to listing appointments, you can pretty much guarantee they're going to ask you, what's my property worth? What updates should I make? And Plunk makes it easier to provide data-driven answers to both of those questions. So that's a whole nother marketing tool that you can use to let it answer the questions that they're gonna ask you. Did you know there were so many AI tools?
No.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And I'm thinking this is such overwhelm. We have to put together a syntax, do this first and this second and this third. And if you already have 1 and 2 done, go, this is what you told me the other day. When you give a social media class, you have so many different levels of learning in there. Mm-hmm. You almost have to, when I went to Barcelona to take a Spanish class, and before you could even come to the school, they made you take a proficiency test. And so they said, okay, with your level of skills, you need to be in this class. Yeah. And you and I need to come up with some type of proficiency test to say, okay, based on what you're already doing, this is your next step. Because it's overwhelming.
Yeah, it is. It is. And this is something where AI can become your sales coach. It allows you to upload a recorded sales pitch and have it graded by a robot. And that's an interesting thing to do too.
Yeah.
people, especially people that are afraid to pick up the phone. And it's like, if you don't start practicing, I mean, that's uncomfortable, but that it becomes comfortable with practice and action. You've got to pick up that phone and make those phone calls. I mean,
and this Udley's not going to buy a house from you anyway. So you might as well
right.
practice on this guy.
Good point. That's a good point. This is a fantastic app, I think, because, and even your video scripts, whatever you want, it's gonna refine it for you. You know, Toastmasters, there's so many networking companies out there. Toastmasters, there's another one that has the word talk in it. I wrote it down earlier. Oh, speaking circles practice. So speaking circles is something like that, but now they've made an app into it, an AI app. So you don't have to go to the meetings and pay the money. You can just do it from home. And just like anything else, the things that I read when I was, or studied when I was doing my social media certification, and I've been saying this for years myself, and it was amazing that it was out of my brain, but now it's common knowledge. Get a private Facebook group that only you are in, or get a private YouTube channel, and for 30 days, practice. Every day, say something or say the same thing for 30 days and just improve on your delivery, on your, if you're monotone, improve on, your inflections. If you talk with your hands, like I do, talk with your hands, and maybe not so much if you don't like it. But anyway, the point is that you have to practice. You have to practice being able to do video, and with this product, it allows you to practice your conversations. So, and you can do that on YouTube as well. You can have this create something that you should do, and then start saying what you should do versus what you shouldn't do, and see the difference.
Now, let me stop you for a second. This is page 20 on the top. This is page 20 of how many pages?
34.
Okay, I think you should save some for Friday.
Okay, we'll do.
Because we're depending on what time you start and what time we end, I do have 11 o'clock, and I want to see this. So
yes, okay. It's a good
finish.
No, it's we've been here 42 minutes. I'd like to keep my shows at 30, so I think that's a wonderful suggestion. And we will pick this back up on Friday, and everybody will have to wait for all the resources in one place, and then we'll email this out on Friday instead of today.
Are you headed to the office after this?
Yes.
Okay, I have 11 o'clock pitch session, and when I'm done with that, I'll call you. We'll touch base.
All right.
Okay, thanks.
Everybody, good to see you. And you were going to announce your boot camp.
Oh, yeah, it's coming up on the 20th. We'll talk about it on Friday.
Okay. All right. That's good. And we're having a class on Friday, 10 to 1 on buyer brokerage and why it's important, how to present it. And Jimmy does a great job. So go to be.vegas and sign up.
Cool. Thanks.
Thanks, Jimmy.